puzzle piece back. And that's hard. That's so hard. But you know what? I find comfort in the fact that if it would happen any other way, it would have happened. If you were supposed to get that puzzle piece back, you would have got back. If somebody was supposed to give you something you were due, you would have got it. But free will is a real thing. And you can't fuck with it. You can wish somebody back. You can want somebody to see shit for what it is. You can want to help them trudge through the mud and the smoke and mirrors and the false illusions because you know that their character they're playing isn't them. It's not their soul. They're so far from center. But at the end of the day, it's not your fucking problem. It's not your fucking problem. You can't help those who don't want to be helped. Part of this game is not having a ton of faith all at once. Part of this game is having the longevity of faith. Is knowing that eventually something will work out the way it's supposed to for your highest good. Redirections fucking hurt. Redirections hurt like nothing else. But there's a blessing in every redirection. But are you sitting in the seat of the observer long enough to see it? And for those of you who are settling for a delusion, a life of chaos and isolation, those of you who have been manipulated, those of you who have been betrayed, those of you who have been backed into a corner and you're settling because you feel like you were in turmoil asking questions and you didn't know where to go and you didn't know where to look and everything seemed like it wasn't working out for you, so you stopped. Everything's a choice and you have a choice to make a different choice. Those are 3 choices for you. Everything's a choice. You have a choice to make a different choice. The power of 3. Mind, body, soul. I don't know if this is fucking important for anybody or if this will make sense to anybody. I don't really care. This is the conversation that I had with Azrael. He brought up the number 13. And he said that people should start looking into the number 13. And I didn't really understand it at the time. I talked with a couple people. And then the number 13 just started making a ton of sense. He buddied it up with Camelot is Falling. That didn't make sense either. I'm like, oh, we're going back to what? Epithets? Like, but when you look at things, and the Tower card keeps coming out, and it keeps talking about everything crumbling and falling down, and the death is in rebirth. It's talking about transition. It's talking about the collapse of something to birth something else. You can only suppress your subconscious for so long. And then it's just going to bust out. It's just going to burst out. It's just going to be there. And it's going to be raw. And it's going to be ugly. And it's not going to make any sense. But smart people, connected people, divinely guided, beautiful souled people can only be stuck in falsehood, false prophecy, and false delusion for so long. No choice is a choice you make. Only truth can be spoken now. The truth that you seek is in the eyes of truth that you seek are in the eyes. All you have to do is look. Nobody's against you. Nobody hates you. Nobody's attacking you. Nobody. You're projecting on everything and everyone who has ever been, who is, and who will be, because you still don't understand self. And it's one of those things that you can still love somebody and want to save a hoe, but you don't need to be dragged down with them. You can understand that where you're at is not where they're at, and that's okay. That's called unconditional love, and that is a feat to get there.